On this video, we're just going to be running through the new screens for adding a vehicle to stock and editing the vehicle as well. So you can see on this screen, we have changed it slightly. You've still got your DVLA lookup on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side, you've still got the option to add a vehicle in manually. What's new on this screen is just on the right-hand side, you've got bulk add and update. So on here, you're able to import a CSV of all of your vehicle details, and you can upload them all in one bulk to ClickDealer rather than adding it in individually. We'll come back to that one towards the end. So for now, we're just going to focus on single add. So if we use the DVLA lookup on the left-hand side, so you can see on this screen, what it's pulled back from the DVLA lookup is the basic information of the vehicle. And then it's just up to you in here what information you need to be filling in. So we've got the retail price, the miles on the vehicle as well, sale or return yes or no, which will just adjust from your default that you've got set in the system, vehicle source where you've got private or trade. And you can see, because I've selected trade, you've now got an extra box on here for your supplier. Okay, so if I click add this vehicle to stock, and then you can see again that the vehicle's been added just here along the top with all of this basic information just below. So from this screen, you can go to your vehicle details to add more information, purchase information, for example. You can go to your advert spec, so you can start advertising the vehicle, your images tab, or you can go straight to your work list and go from there. So I'm just going to be going onto the vehicle details in order to edit the vehicle. Okay, so this is the new edit screen just here, and you can see we're currently on the details tab along the top. So just in here, you see you've got all your basic information. On your right-hand side, you've got a navigation panel just here. So you can click to where you want to go and it will take you further down the screen as you go along. You can also use the scroll on the right-hand side, in which case you can just go up and down and it's whichever way you find easier really. Within this screen, you can see from your right-hand side of the navigation bar exactly what it is. But it's all your basic information on the vehicle, and then you've got the option to fill in the same things as you would on your old screen. So for example, your alarm code, if you want to be putting in anything in regards to maybe any extra information that you might not necessarily know, but it's there if you do want to be filling it in. So if I now go to your purchasing tab on the right hand side just there, and then you can see this is of course how you've actually purchased the vehicle. So I'll leave the purchase date as today, and you can see it does tend to guide you. So we've got a red box just there because obviously the purchase price isn't in the system. So if I put in 8,000 just there, and the payment amount, so I'll say I paid that 8,000, and again, it prompts you with your red boxes. So we'll put in all of today's information. And your payment type as well, just on there. And as you scroll down, you can see you've got your VAT type, which again will be pulled from your defaults that you've got set within ClickDealer. You've got your purchase source, you'll get your purchase invoice number, retail date, your suppliers automatically in there, supplier invoice number. And then as you go down to purchase payments just here, you can see that it's already added in the payment that I put in there for the purchase price. But you can add any additional payments into here as well. And if I scroll down on here, you can see this for if you're settling the finance on the vehicle, you can record that in here. And then finally, we've got stock plan. So if I just tick that box, you can see it then prompts me to fill in the information regarding the stock plan. So if I now click onto the stock tab along the top, and you can see that you've got your stock number, custom stock number, location, status, and any stock comments. So it's a shorter tab on there, but you've still got your navigation bar on your right-hand side. And on your sieve screen, everything and all the functionality stayed the same on here. If anything, you've just got a bit of additional on here that you can use to benefit yourself a bit more. So we've got your sieve information, we've got your sieve price, we've got just a bit lower down, everything that currently stands on your sieve screen. So all of your calculations, which will show you all your profit, additional profit, your gross profit and loss, and your actual margin on that vehicle too. So you can see just on here that it has actually added on £250 to my sieve price because I've got an automated house charge just on here, which you can set up in your profile. But if I wanted to add on a different expense to this vehicle, you can click on to add expense. And you see it's automated the supplier is Arnold Clark in case it is that it is a auction fee, but you can change that if you want to. And then we've also got any sieve expense type, so no general expenses for your business, it's just for this particular card that we're on. So if I was to say an auction fee, for example, description, so you can pop in any sort of description. If I just put in Arnold Clark fee, the amount, so if I say £50, you can mark whether it's vatable or not. And if you've also got an invoice number too, you can add that in as well. And when I click add, that will give it a proper expense and automatically assign that to the vehicle, as you can see just here. And if you click onto that eye just there, it will take you to your new expenses screen, and it will show you just there the full expense that's been created and the assign that's automatically been assigned to this vehicle. Okay, so if I go into your sale tab now, and then again, this one's a bit shorter as well. So you've got your price, you've got your cost new, you've got your buttons such as mark as sold on website and deposit taken. We've got your website display as a default, your sale type, default category, and your insurance group as well. So on your history tab, on here, you've still got the option to select your history, whether it's full dealer, full non-dealer, former owners, which will pull through automatically, HPI, you can say yes, for example. Grading, if you use that as well, that's also in here. V5, if you've got it, if so, what's the number? And then you've got your service information, so your next service date, service check. You've got your MOT information, so this information will actually be pulled through automatically. Obviously this is a 17 plate, so it's a bit too young to actually have an MOT just as of yet, but it will pull through all of the information on here, and it will give you all the advisories as well on this vehicle and a full MOT check from there pulled from those. You will also have the option to print that as well just there. And if we move down slightly more, you've now got your damage inspector. So if you haven't seen this before, I'll just do a quick example. So if I was to click onto that door just there and create the damage zone and describe it as a dent, click save, and you see just there that it has actually highlighted it just there to say that that's what number 1 is. And as you scroll down, it'll show you that number 1 is a dent created by whoever that user is who's logged in on your DMS, the created date, and then if it's been updated, when it's been updated, who by, with your time and date stamp just there as well. You have again also got the option to print that as well just on there. So if I now go to your media tab, so on this media tab, you've got your images, you've got your external and internal 360. Additional media such as your YouTube link if you're wanting to be uploading a YouTube video to your website. And you've got your documents tab down the bottom as well. So just on here, if I show you I want to manage my images, and if I click onto that, it will take you directly to the tab that you've clicked onto, and it'll open it in a new screen for you. So it's a case that I could go and upload any photos on here, close this down and pick up exactly where I left off. And the last one is your inquiries tab. So on here, obviously this has got no inquiries on it at the moment because I've just added it into stock. But if there was any inquiries, there'll be a list in here showing you all of your active inquiries. If it was that you wanted to see your archived inquiries on this vehicle, you can do, or you can view them all together, so all of your active current inquiries and any archived ones as well. If it was that you wanted to add an inquiry onto this vehicle, you can still do it any other way that you normally would on your sales inquiries or through any other screen. However, you can also click on Add Inquiry in here, and it's exactly the same process. So you search for the customer's in the system, click onto their name, or you can create a brand new one and attach it to this vehicle. Okay, and then just along the top, you've got a few different buttons here. So you've got Undo Changes, which is a new additional feature to help you. We've got Update Vehicle, which you hit update and it just tells you your changes have been saved on this particular car. And you've also got your go-to drop-down box. So this is on the majority of your screens, but you've got shortcuts on here to help you work through your system, just to make sure that you obviously are getting through Click the quickest way possible in order to advertise your cars as quick as you can. So we've got your sales inquiries, advert spec, show and work list, PDI list, your silent salesman, after sales, and your image manager. So that should cover every step of the way for every dealership, whichever step you take next in order to prep or advertise your vehicle. And just along the top here as well, you see you've got your stock number just there. You've got your price, miles, body colour, time in stock, location, status, sale type, and that's just there as a general overview for you, so you currently know exactly all the information that's currently going on with this vehicle whilst maybe you're looking at your inquiries. Okay, so that's about everything on your single ad. If I now show you your bulk upload, so if I go to stock and add vehicles, just here you've got your two options as I showed you previously. So I'll click onto bulk add /update. So the reason that it's called bulk add /update is you can bulk upload, but you can also update your vehicles that are currently in stock. So if I just type in this box just down the bottom, the reg that we've just added on, and you see that that automatically turns like a yellow amber colour on here. So the reason for that is just to alert you that that vehicle already exists in your DMS, and any changes that you put into here will change that vehicle. So you don't have to go into that vehicle individually, you can maybe update them all at once. So I'll leave that one just in there. And then I will also show you, if I add in another reg just here, you see that one's not turned like a yellow amber colour, and I'm able to go into here and fill in whatever information I need to. So I can put in the miles, the VAT calculation, purchase price, retail price, sale or return, yes or no, sale type, location, website status, supplier, purchase date, key tag number, supplier invoice ID, and trade price. So I understand you might not need to fill in all of those boxes, in which case you don't have to. It's just there for your ease so that you can fill in as much information as you possibly can if you wish to. And you can also set your supplier. So if you've just been to an auction and you've got a big list of vehicles that you need to add on, you can just select one supplier, and then what that will do is obviously bulk upload those for you rather than you having to go in and single add them every time. You can click save just on there, and you can see we've got one vehicle that's been added, which is a Seat Ibiza. So that's the one we've just added into stock. I know we didn't put a lot of information in, but from this point you can go and edit that in your vehicle edit screen. And you see just there it says one vehicle updated, you forward focus, and it's updated everything that I left blank. So you see I've just overridden that with a price, miles, etc. You can delete just from here too, and you can also go to your vehicle edit again and amend it from there. You see your stock numbers just below. You can go on to import more, and again continue where you left off. Or if it is that it's a reg that the DVLA can't look up, we'll tell you that it's failed on here, and then there'll be a shortcut just to the screen to add the vehicle in manually. So it does all link up, and obviously the more you use it, the more you'll get used to it. But this is a new feature that we've added in to help you guys actually make sure that you're filling in the correct information, you're adding your vehicles to stock as quick as you can. Obviously that way you can advertise them and make more money. So that's about everything we're going to go through today. If you do need any assistance at all, please contact the customer care team, and their number is just on the top of your screen here, which is 01782 478 220, or email help@clickdealer.co.uk. Thank you.